Hello guys, welcome to yet another wonderful session of learning with Prepclass. My name is Olalikon Israel, your Prepclass tutor, and in today's video we will be answering question 16 to question 20 from the WAEC English 2020 past questions. Now before we start answering the questions, please first subscribe to our channel. If you haven't done that, please kindly do that now. It will take you less than 5 seconds to do that. Kindly subscribe to our channel and you can get access to numerous educational resources like this ones and more. Now, moving on to question 16. Now, the instruction remains the same like we had in question 11 to question 15 in the previous video. The instruction remains the same like select the best option to fill in the blank space in the sentence. Which of the options is going to appropriately fill in the blank space in the sentence? So, question 16 reads, coming from the kitchen was the sweet dash of mommy's soup. Remember, we had to select the best option in filling the blank space in this sentence. Coming from the kitchen was the sweet dash of mommy's soup. The options we have are aroma, odor, fragrance, and scent. So which of these options is the best to fill in the blank space in this sentence? We are going to define all of them one after the other because all of the options are associated with a distinctive smell. So aroma refers more to plants, spices, and food. Odor, on the other hand, is an unpleasant smell, like what comes out from the toilet. It's an unpleasant smell. Now, fragrance is more associated with perfumes and flowers. Scent is a pleasant natural smell associated to someone or something, like a very matured ego has this very distinctive scent. Like when you put it in your stew, you know that yes, it is a very matured ego that is in this stew. It has a very distinctive scent. So which of the options is the answer to this question? Now, the answer to this question is aroma. Remember, aroma is associated with plants, spices, and food. Now, since this very pleasant smell is coming from the soup, it is what referred to as aroma. Now, so coming from the kitchen was the sweet aroma of mommy's soup. So aroma is the answer to this question. It is not odor because odor is an unpleasant smell. It is not fragrance because fragrance is associated with perfumes and flowers. It is not scent because scent is a natural pleasant smell associated with someone or an animal. So the answer to this question is aroma. Very quickly, moving on to the next question. Question number 17 reads, there is a need to raise teachers' salary in order to boost their dash. Remember, we have to select the best option to fill in the blank space with. There is a need to raise teachers' salary in order to boost their dash. A. Spirit. B. Moral. C. Soul. D. Morale. So, which of these options is the best to fill in the blank space with? Now we are going to define all of the options one after the other. The first option is spirit. Now, if a salary raise is being agitated, it can only be to boost the workers' morale. Now, the word morale means confidence, enthusiasm, and discipline. Now, when you increase a worker's salary, their confidence increases, their enthusiasm, their zeal to work more increases, their discipline is being increased. So, if the salary raise is being agitated, it can only be to boost their morale. Now, if the spirit and soul are to receive a boost, it then has to be through a metaphysical or a psychological activity, not a physical activity like increasing salary. Now, moral has to do with principles of right and wrong behavior. Now, we are not talking about right and wrong behavior. We are talking about increasing the confidence, increasing the enthusiasm, increasing the discipline of teachers. So, the answer to this question is morale. There is a need to raise teachers' salary in order to boost their morale. Now, when you give me more money, I am gingered. I have the zeal to work more. So you boosted my morale. So morale is the answer to this question. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 18. Question number 18 reads, the librarian has not entered the new books in the dash. Remember, we have to select the best option to use in filling the blank space in this sentence. The librarian has not entered the new books in the dash. The options we have are catalog, roster, list, directory. So what we are going to do now is to define all of the options one after the other. The first option is catalog. A catalog, as related to library terms, is a list of books and other graphic materials in a library arranged according to a recognized order. I'll go over that again. A catalog is a list of books and other graphic materials in a library arranged according to a recognized order. A roster is a list used to share duties like a teacher's duty roster, like assembly roster, sweepers rosters in classrooms and all. That is what a roster is. It is used to share duties. Now, a list is a record of short pieces of information, such as people's names, usually written or printed with a single thing on each line and often ordered in a way that makes a particular thing easy to find. Now, basically, a list is just a short piece of information. Like if you're going to the market, you can actually have a list of things to buy. You can actually have a list of books. So it is actually used to make finding things easy. Now, a directory is a book or website listing individuals or organizations alphabetically or thematically with details such as names, addresses, and phone numbers. Basically, a directory is just a folder. Now, the answer to this question is a catalog. Now, whenever any new book or any material comes into the library, it is the librarian's duty to what? Fill it or enter the new entry into the catalog. I'll go over the meaning of catalog again. A catalog is a list of books and other graphic materials in a library, arranged according to a recognized order. So, catalog is the answer to this question. It is not roster, it is not list, it is not directory. When new books come into the library, they are always entered into the catalog. Moving on to the next question, question number 19, and it reads, the textbook is very costly. I cannot dash it to my students. Remember, we have to select the most appropriate option to use in filling the blank space in the sentence. The textbook is very costly. I cannot dash it to my students. The options we have are commit, afford, endorse, and recommend. So which of these options would correctly and most appropriately occupy the space in the sentence? Now we have to define all of the options one after the other. The first option is commit. Now to commit means to carry out. If I commit a crime, I have carried out a crime. It also means to bind or to pledge. I can commit myself into a particular activity. So commit means to either carry out or to pledge. Afford means to be able to provide or supply. To have enough money to purchase something that I can purchase, I can afford those new Nike boots. Endorse means to give support to someone or something, like endorsing a presidential candidate or a senatorial candidate, to give support to someone or something. Now, recommend is defined as to suggest someone or something. To suggest someone or something as a good match for a function or position. Now, the textbook is very costly. I cannot recommend it to my students. I cannot suggest it to my students because it is very costly. They cannot afford it, so I cannot recommend it to my students. Recommend is the answer to this question. Moving on to the next question, question number 20, which is the last question in this video. Question 20 reads, The weather is too hot. I need some water to dash my thirst. The weather is too hot. I need some water to dash my thirst. Remember, we had to select the most appropriate option to use in filling the blank space in the sentence. The options we have are wet, quench, cool, and soak. So which of these options is the most appropriate? Now we have to define all of the options one after the other. The first option is wet. To wet means to cover with liquid or to make damp. Like if you want to sweep a dusty place, you have to wet the ground with water so as not to allow the dust raise while you are sweeping. So wet means to cover with liquid or to make damp. Now quench means to put out. Quench means to put out. It also means to satisfy one's thirst by drinking. Like you want to put out fire, you quench the fire. It also means to satisfy one's thirst by drinking. Now, cool means to be less hot. The place that is not hot is cool. It can also mean to show friendliness, like Daniel is a very, very cool person. Soak means to make something wet by immersing in liquid. Like if you drop your clothes inside the water, you are soaking the clothes. So the answer to this question is quench. The weather is too hot. I need some water to quench my thirst. Remember, the word quench means to put out, and it also means to satisfy one's thirst by drinking. So the answer to this question is quench. The weather is too hot. I need some water to quench my thirst. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. Please do not forget to join us on WhatsApp. Yes, we are live on WhatsApp. If you have any question you want to ask us, join us on WhatsApp and we'll reach out to you. Also, do not forget to like and comment. Subscribe to the channel and do not forget to share with your friends. Thank you for your time. My name is Mr. Olalikon Israel and it is bye from Prepclass 2020.